Blessings and blessings, my tribe. Love's Voice family, Love's Voice tribe. It's good to see you. I am here in the beautiful Maui, Hawaii. I'm going to show you guys in a second. Enjoying, I'm not sure if you can hear the sound of the waves, enjoying this beautiful land and the amazing people. What's going on? Amin. Am I saying you're right? Amin. Good to see you. Let me know if you guys can hear me and see me clearly. Oh yeah. Yeah. What's going on, family? Oh my God, I love you so much. I never clicked this fast. Yes, yay. So, what's going on, family? Certainly, you guys can hear me and see me. I am here in Hawaii, in my condo, with Alexi's in the other room doing a coaching call, and my friend Emily is out swimming. And I wanted to pop on and talk to you guys because I have some stuff going on, some stuff coming. For those of you who are on my Instagram or my Facebook especially, you know that Man Cave is coming out September 20th, and I wanted to hop in and talk about the importance of deprogramming all of this social conditioning and the stuff that we have been programmed with, right? And you tell me. I have a question whenever you get a chance. Yes, you can hit me with your question. You tell me, how many ways in which have we been programmed? I'd love to hear. There's Emily, who I just spoke about. How have we been programmed? When I deprogram, I have bad dreams. Ah, interesting. I can hear the waves. Yes, the waves are so beautiful. There you go. Show you guys a little bit. What do you do? What do we do if we are not good looking? So let me ask you this. How do you know you're not good looking? This is so perfect because this goes back to the programming. How do you know you're not good looking? Is it because society has deemed Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie and certain people to be good looking, and so you've been so socially conditioned and programmed that you believe something about yourself? That's not actually true. It's not a fact. It's not true with a capital T. It's a lowercase t. Are you Japanese? I am not. I mean, I am. I'm everything. Because we all are, and all of us come from East Africa. How to quit porn addiction. Let me ask you this: why do you find it important to even write that? What cost are you paying by tapping into and watching porn? Because that will be in there. Will be carefully placed the answers as to why and how to quit porn. Programming tells to fear aging, death, being uncomfortable. Exactly. Do you know how many people are shooting their lips and their forehead and their butt and now their balls and their calf muscles with Botox? Because we've become a society that is obsessed with age, with the youth, with being youthful, with always looking, no stretch marks. Oh, I'll shoot my face so I have no wrinkles and everything is just perfectly pretty all the time, like all the commercials that are spending millions and this is a billion-dollar industry designed to have you believe that you're not good enough, smart enough, pretty enough, tall enough. You don't know enough people. And the interesting thing is, even some of the personal development that some of you follow is designed to have you believing that if you buy my product, you'll finally be good enough, right? And this isn't to say that their products aren't beautiful. It's to say that where they're coming from, it's the context, right? We understand this, that the context of this cup will shape what goes into the cup. Right? But if I change the context, then it will take a different shape. All right, I'm gonna go down and read some of these questions. Perfect. Everything is looking outside, not inside. Exactly. Silv's True said, perfect. So lately I've been drifting away from the passion I had in pursuing real estate in LA. And throughout my journey, I've learned I love helping people. Long story short, how can I pursue a career? Beautiful. How you pursue a career is you start to design it. You're already doing it. Design it in your head. How do you want to live? Where do you want to live? How would you like to wake up on a daily basis? Ask yourself some powerful questions and dream. So often, so many of us have become so serious and so adult. Hold on. There we go. There, you got me? Type yes if you can hear me. Type yes if you can hear me. We've become so focused on being adults and serious that we forget to dream, to play, to imagine. And so as you get these hits, because these are hits from the universe, right? These are hits from God. These are hits from your higher self, right? Because listen, and I want you guys to hear this, every one of you that's on this live right now and anybody watching the replay, there is medicine on your heart. There is gifts and talents and abilities that only you can give to the world. And if you shit on those and ignore those and suppress those because you're so busy trying to pay bills, right, and get the new iPhone 17 and all of these things, this is a crime against humanity in every sense of the word. And so that thing that's tapping you on the shoulder, that real estate, that's your higher self. That's God saying, yes, mama, yes, keep going, right? And so dream, play, write it, and then begin to design it. So some of you guys know this. There was a point when I knew that the essence of my being, my soul signature, what was calling me forward was service. Now I didn't understand what it would be, right? And this is the thing you guys get to catch about vision. I don't even know all of my vision. I only have pieces of it, slices of it, pieces of the puzzle. I don't have the whole puzzle. But what I did understand is that something was calling me forward. And I gotta tell you guys, this direction is 1,000 times more important than speed. If you have direction, Sylvie, you understand, you have direction. You know that it's real estate, that's direction. Now, all the details and the things that come in and the things that come out and the things that shift and all of that stuff, that'll change over time. But with that direction, you get to begin to design a life that matches that. Take courses, meet people, go on meetup.com, offer your services to somebody in real estate who's killing it. Say, hey, you know what? I see that you do A, B, and C. I'm really good with social media. I would love to run your social media in exchange for just mentorship every other month. Like, how valuable would that be for you to go work with the top real estate agents in LA just for you to do their social media? Do you see this exchange that's possible? You have to think outside the box. Okay, I'm gonna go back to some of these comments because there's a lot of them. Boom, boom, boom. How do you productively use your anger in a healthy manner? Sometimes I feel like hurting other people. Yes, Rich. This is why I'm creating something called Man Cave. I'm releasing it September 20th, next week, because this is a very big deal. Men have been taught to isolate and to suppress. If it hurts, hide it. Big boys don't cry. Don't be a pussy. Man up, right? This is implication, this conditioning and programming of a 3-year-old and a 4-year-old and a 7-year-old and a 15-year-old and a 23-year-old. This conditioning has caused a lot of men to be emotionally bankrupt and depleted. And speaking from somebody who has beat many people up, I have been in fights, I have vandalized, I have stolen, I have cheated, I have done all of the things that men who are not integrated in their masculine, who are not steeped in the power of what it means to be a conscious man, have done. I have done all of these things, and I understand that anger starts to build up and it pops. It's like pressure, right? You're filling the bathtub with water. If you do not pull the plug on that bathtub, the water will start to overflow, and it'll overflow on your friends, it'll overflow in traffic, it'll overflow in places that you would not like it to overflow. And so I get that, my brother. If you are interested in being with me for 4 months, I have something coming out. It's gonna be, I'm releasing it on September 20th. I'll release the video on here on the 20th. It's called Man Cave. It's a 4-month conscious brotherhood where we expand, explore, and elevate together as a unit. So, I feel you. And one way to do that, Preston, I'm losing my haircut. That's hilarious. That's insane that you changed from gang life to this. It is. It's pretty funny, right? I was always a leader, though. That's the thing. My essence, my soul signature, I was always a leader. I cared about my homies just as much as I care about you guys. What are your thoughts on the dark night of the soul? I think there's many dark nights of the soul. I think that if we are in resistance to it, it will take us down. I think there's gifts. Dark nights of the soul are feedback, right? What's in your bank account right now is feedback. What you're experiencing in your relationships is feedback. What's happening at your job and in your career is feedback. It's feedback that you are not, or it's feedback in what you are giving and where you are willing to go and where you aren't willing to go. Those who live successful, extraordinary lives are willing to go where most people are not. So, yeah. Let's just land for a second. You guys hear the waves? I'm going to show you them for a second, because this is us. These waves come from thousands and thousands of miles away, and each one of them is unique. They never happen again in quite that way, and that is you and me. We all have designer genes. And so when we allow ourselves and honor the gifts that are on our heart, the thing that is calling you forward, the thing that is truly on your heart, when you honor that, it will make room for you. I am living proof of this. Somebody was asking how you got on these shows, and everybody's asking you to be on these podcasts, and you're on the cover of Inspired Coach and this and that and all of these things. I don't try to do any of that stuff, guys. It's happening because I give a fuck. It's happening because I'm willing to go where most people won't. You see, most coaches, let's just call it in this industry, are not willing to be fierce in their conversations. And so even that, right? So UV, you said, I ignored you, right? Did I? Or is it perfect? What if what you're looking for is being answered right now, but you're so fixated on having the attention that you're missing what's showing up for you right now? You see that? I love you, and I love you enough to call you out. That's the game. If you could only pick one of your books to start with, which would you recommend? Some of you guys type in the answers. You guys know what my answer is going to be to that. Because I've said it many times. Anybody who has been on my channel and a part of the Love's Voice family can type that in. What book do you think I would recommend for those of you watching right now? Power of Now? No. I say it all the time. Oh, you're brand new. It's all good. There we go. Mario got it. Beautiful. And then, yes, Love Louder. Yes. Conversations with God. Book 1. Start there. And then get my book, Love Louder. 33 Ways to Amplify Your Life. And Alexi and I's book, which is a bestseller, Now or Never. But start there. I'm going to go back to some of these comments. There's so many. I can't answer every single one of these questions. And what happens is in answering one, it sometimes answers others. So be patient. How did you make the 6 months of celibacy? I want to do it too, but it's really hard. Get support, accountability. It's big. Also, one of the reasons why I was able to do that is because I had a vision of and a reason. My why was very strong. The reason why I did 6 months of celibacy is because I didn't want my dick to be running the show. I wanted to be bigger than my animal. And all of us still are animals as well. We have that reptilian part of our brain that still fires off. Fight, flight, freeze, and appease. The reptilian brain is always asking 3 questions. Can I eat it? Can it eat me? And can I have sex with it? Right? And so I wanted to override, to deprogram in essence, be bigger than, to epigenetics. I want to be above my dick. And so, and for the sake of calling in a queen that stood in the same place. And so I knew that any woman that I would want would also know how to play like this. And that's exactly what happened. I stepped into my kingdom, I stepped into my power, my integrated sacred warrior, and Alexi appeared. Now, I'll leave that there. Man Cave, September 20th. The Alchemist is my favorite. Alchemist is a beautiful book. 50 Ways to Yay, my wife's book, hell yes. Please, acne solution, drink more water. Drink more water. You want to clear up your acne? Drink more water than you think you're supposed to. We are 70% water, and yet so many of us are drinking sodas and all kinds of stupid shit like that. I only, for the most part, 90%, let's say out of 30 days, 29 of them, I am only drinking water, green juices, and smoothies. Every once in a while, I'll have some like fruity crap, or I'll have coconut water or something like that. But I'm not like, you know, or I'll have a, what do you call that? A chai latte. Yes. What would you recommend a survivor of years of childhood sexual abuse to do the unpack the trauma? Yes. If you can come to Australia, this is some of the work that we do. Look up Somatic Experiencing by Peter Levine. Somatic Experiencing by Peter Levine. Also, if you can come to Australia, we're about to be there next month, October and November. This is the work we do. So if you can get in a room with us, I promise you you'll get under that. And we'll be in Perth and Gold Coast. So bridgeexperience.com, www.bridgeexperience.com. bridgeexperience.com. EFT is beautiful. Coconut oil helps. Scarring, yes. Water. Breathing. Breathe deep. I drink a lot of water. Preston, and stop eating so much bread. Preston, I have realized a day ago that happiness is actually full acceptance of everything that's happening around you and to you. Happiness equals acceptance equals presence and non-resistance. Agree? Absolutely, my dude. It's everything. It's isness, right? We live in a world that is occurring. Occurring. It is not a fixed world. It is an occurring world. Back to the waves. These are not fixed waves. This is an occurring. This is an isness. This is a forever changing world. And why would we be so silly as to think that we're fixed? Everything is always moving, always changing, always floating, always shifting. Now the question is it shifting? And are you shifting it? Are you being a conscious choice maker and supporting it and shifting towards that which you choose? Or are you doing it from resistance and scared and lacking limitation and fear? I'm not smart enough, I'm not good enough, I don't have enough friends. Oh, if you're doing it from there, that is creative, right? We both plant seeds every time we play from this place. Can you stream your seminars? No, because they're not seminars, they are workshops. They are deep dives. They are beast mode. This is like no let up. Like you guys think I'm, you know, like this on video. Get in a room with me. Meditation makes me have really lucid dreams that play on my mind when awake. Why is this? I don't know how to understand the messages I'm getting. Any tips would be great. Pieces to a puzzle. Receive them and celebrate them and write them down. It'll all make sense. How many of you guys have ever had deja vu? How many of you have ever broke up with somebody or had a breakup, and then 4 years later, 3 years later, 2 months later, you went, holy shit. That message I received then is what I needed for now. Oh my goodness, right? This is how the universe, this is how this thing called life works. It's constantly shifting. And sometimes you get a little piece, and then you won't get the other piece until 2 months later, 5 years later. Just accept it, celebrate it, decide. Because the universe is like Play-Doh, right? We can mold it. Everything is malleable. right? Energetically, the way I'm moving, the way I'm being, I'm exchanging energy with you purposefully, right? So you're hearing my words, but you're also receiving my energy. I'm intentionally covering you with love in a very particular way. You feel that? Can you feel it? My inner voice says, get out of the way of myself. Yes, my inner voice says that too, and I do my best to listen to it as much as possible. Deja vu or dreams that come through glitches in the matrix. Breaking addiction is realizing it, accepting it, and start taking baby steps. Baby steps is a beautiful thing indeed. I have a coaching call in 30 minutes, so I got to get off in like 10 minutes. Where you at? There we go. Preston, how do you break addiction? Get support. How did you break addiction to things that don't serve you? Get support. And I look at things that I've been addicted to. Like, for instance, some of you guys know that last year I decided that I would no longer have coffee, because I realized that I was having coffee to boost. I was trying to get high. I drink the coffee, and then I work, right? And I didn't want anything to be bigger than me, just like I didn't want my dick to be bigger than me. So for me, I looked at it as, you know, like, and I'm doing this from the sort of integrated but sacred masculine. I looked at coffee as my enemy. And every time that addiction wanted to come up, I'd be like, oh really? Not today, my dude. Not today. Right? And I disassociated from it. A lot of people who are addicted believe that's who they are. I'm just an addict. No, you're not. You're perfect, total, complete, but not finished. You are a sentient, beautiful, stardust, amazing thing that has so much possibility. You're not an addict. You're somebody who chose some decisions, and the decisions are playing out their results, their feedback. That's not who you are, that's who you became. And so I disassociate from the thing, and in the disassociation, I become bigger than it. Excuse my French, I go, fuck you, coffee, fuck you, porn, fuck you. Anything that's in the space that doesn't serve me, I become bigger than it. Because that's how powerful I actually am. And you too. Preston, any thoughts on being addicted to the comfort zone? Yes, we are creatures of comfort. Aristotle said we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, therefore, is not an act, but a habit. So whatever habits you are continuously choosing, that becomes your life. And so one of the best things you could do is when you start to experience yourself in the comfort zone and you see that it's not serving you anymore, take action immediately. When I say immediately, I don't mean 10 minutes later. I don't mean 5 minutes later. I mean at that very moment. And the action can be as simple as going into your iPhone and scheduling an hour the next day or 20 minutes later for you to start to build whatever it is that you're, or step into, or reach out and you seek support for it. You understand? These are the last two questions, guys, and I gotta go. How do you know when to distance yourself from someone or something that you see/feel as not good for you, or if it's something that you should accept? Great question. This is a very tricky thing. You have to use discernment, because some of the things that we are trying to distance ourselves from comes from an avoidance of not wanting to see ourselves. Now, if it's something very toxic and someone's being hurtful and you've requested that they not be hurtful in that way anymore, that how they share or what they're doing is hurtful for you and they keep doing it, then it's crystal clear. Move on. Distance yourself, even if it's family. I had to distance myself from my family for a few years, actually, while I was building this thing, because they couldn't see the dream, they couldn't see the vision. And so they kept trying to tell me, you need to be an actor, right? They still were obsessed with the history, my history. Preston, the fuck up. Preston, the kid that gets kicked out of school. Preston, the class clown. Preston, the one who doesn't really do well in, traditional jobs. So for them, that's the Preston they understood. And so for me, I needed to separate myself from my family for a little bit in order to build and step into what I'm experiencing now. You feel me? And now all my family, everybody's celebrating me. Everybody shares my videos. Everybody's on my stuff. Preston's so amazing. Yeah, I am. And so are you, and so are they. I just needed to own my shit and separate myself for a little bit. And yes, we're having a baby, so thank you for that. I appreciate it. Alexi's pregnant, for those of you guys who don't know. We announced it on my Instagram and Facebook. If you're on these other platforms, follow me on there. I put a lot more on those than this one. I love you guys. That's why I pop in here as much as possible. Advice for people who have no direction in life. Your direction is to find your direction. How awesome is that? You know how fun it is to find what it is that's calling you forward? That means you get to try a bunch of shit and see what works and what doesn't. You try it on. It's like going to a store. You ever been shopping? You go in, you try on the coat, and you're like, yeah, that looks good. That looks good. Cool. Or you try on the coat, and you're like, a little tight in the arms. I like it, but I don't love it. Cool, not buying it. Right? It's the same thing. Your direction, your mission is to find your direction. Play like that. I once pulled a parasite from my dogs and mixed it with some noodles and gave it to my babysitter for dinner. That is messed up, dude. That's actually pretty fucked up, in my opinion. How do I attract my twin flame? This is the last question. How do I attract my twin flame? I have felt him energetically, but I wonder, could it be that he is not ready or something? Yes. You know how we know he's not ready? It's based on results. So, one of the best things you could do, because whether you believe in God or the universe, whatever you believe in, Man Cave is a 4-month online, and it's a program where it's live. So it's live and recorded. So for 4 months, I will do one, and I'm going to answer your question, Mama, I promise. I'm going to do one masterclass a month, 1 or 2 Q&A coaching sessions with our small group. I'll bring on experts like Lewis Howes and Mark Lack and different people on sex and things of this nature. There'll be accountability groups. I will hold you accountable. We will decide and declare what it is that is for you and move towards that powerfully as a unit, as a crew, as a band of brothers, conscious brothers. So if you're interested in Man Cave, you can email me at questionswithpreston or at Gmail, or just email me on my website right now and say Man Cave, interested in Man Cave. Okay? As far as this is the last question I get to answer. The God you serve, the universe, Allah, Buddha, Krishna, source energy, divine intelligence, is not done with you. And so if it's not here yet, it's because it's not ready yet. Everything you're experiencing is here because you can handle it and it's time for it. So, relax into it. Be like the waves. Be like the ocean. Breathe into that. I love you all so much. If you're interested in joining Man Cave, applications open on September 20th. I will release the website on that day as well. Go to my website, prestonsmiles.com, and send me a message saying you're interested in Man Cave. And this women, if you know men who would like to be a part of something like this, let me know. It's not free, but it's also not super expensive. I love you all. I appreciate you all. You're my family, you're my tribe, you're my people. If you see me on the streets, I'm in Hawaii now, I'll be in Australia for 2 months. If you see me, come hug me. Real talk. Blessings and blessings. I am, we are, hashtag love's voice is going down in a beautiful, major way. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Rastafari, let's get it.